Have you ever sang a song in Finnish language, and would you like to make one?
No.
Like Stamina, they use this language quite cool. Or does it fit your music?
Well, if you think about Stamina, and compare it to us, we have always done lyrics in English.
It's their personal style and they fit them well, but might not be ours.
Yeah, and the main reason probably is that the first gig that made us to create a band was like bands like him and Sentence and those kind of Finnish acts, and they were singing English, and it was at the time it was kind of different thing. There was some kind of national thing going on in Finland that everyone was singing in Finland and blah blah blah, and at the point it was for us, it felt like it was fighting against the common thing that was at the point Finnish, and the rebellion way of doing things was to sing in English, and it sounded cool. It sounded something that wasn't so common an everyday thing. So it sounded
like a protest.
yeah, it was kind of a protest, and then again I love how English sounds in movies and in music.
It's somehow it might be even easier. Even though you have really something to say in your song, if you do it in Finnish, you really have to know how to use the language so well that it's interesting.
Yeah. And many people say that it's easier to sing in English, in controversy for things that you say, that it's easier to sing in English. But then again, because English is not a natural language, it's you have to push yourself every time you make lyrics. You have to kind of put hard things and complicated things in some another language.
Sometimes it produces more personal lyrics even.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's not a native language.
You have to think about it more than you would do when you do it in Finnish. How to say, it's the both style have their own problems and difficulties, and I appreciate those who do lyrics in Finland, but somehow it's just always, from very beginning, it's always been the thing that we do all our lyrics in Finland, and I don't know, I haven't ever even think about doing lyrics in Finland. Maybe we should do some, our songs that we have done in English, we should translate them into Finnish and do some, Finnish translations. But and maybe I hate that, Finnish style of doing things in the 60s and the 70s when they have their, translation songs. They didn't make their own songs.
Personally, I think it was fucking terrible.
Yeah. And you just, take songs that were already made, and then they made the fucking terrible, translation songs that, didn't fucking do any good for the song. I fucking hate them, and I don't appreciate the...
All the respect to those artists for their own...
Actually I don't...
Those translations.
I don't appreciate them.
Can't stand them.
Yeah, I don't appreciate them at all, I hate them. It's just, going from the surf way of doing things. Why don't you fucking did your own songs? But it's never been an option for us to do Finnish songs. Then again, like after saying that one, I know that you can make extremely good songs in Finnish, but like you have shown you asked about Stamina in your question. Stamina makes extremely good songs in Finnish, and it's their style. Then again, if you think about the songs that they have made in English,
Yeah.
I love you guys,
But maybe
they don't work. I love you so fucking much. I appreciate everything you have done, but don't do any songs in English anymore.
Maybe they kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have even stated that.
Yeah. But they have made their own way of doing songs in Finnish language, and of course it's extremely important that there is people that do songs in Finnish language. I don't argue with that, but it's not our style.
Okay, we were talking with you today about music industry, and all in all, we mentioned that it relies a lot on social networks like we all use, and that, how to say, searching for a new, let's say, talent or a band to sign. Music industry relies a lot on those likes and number of views and everything like this. So isn't it the whole industry gone crazy compared to 70s or 60s or 80s even, that you are relying on something that is not essential, on something which is like childish and kind of stupid, and all in all, why people are so afraid to have no likes and no views at all? Because there are great masterpieces in music, there are great masterpieces in every kind of self-expression, and not each of them in those past times got any appreciation at all, maybe. But still they were. Why?
Well, that's actually the thing, that the problem that has been there since the time of record industry, and the problem is that there's two ways of doing things. The one is getting as much attention to your music as possible, and following the current fashion modes and stuff like that, and trying to ride on those things. And then there's the other side of doing things, which is the doing great music. At the moment, when music is like the whole world, it's changing, it's changing rapidly, and it's changing in a form that we have never seen before, which is the cause of the digitalization. But I think that the music industry always reflects the current state of the whole world, and at the moment kind of no one knows what to do, because everything is changing so rapidly, and
why don't we just do what we feel like? I mean, if you want to write a song, you write a song, that's it.
Because it's necessarily don't have to marketing, power.
So does a musician need to be...
Good music is not always easy to market. That's the problem.
Yeah, so a musician today should be a manager or a fucking promoter.
That's the trend that has been around for several years, but musicians should be business managers at the same time, which is in a way, like everything, you know, it's stupid to put things as, you know, black, this is black and this is white. It's stupid, and if you try to collapse them, it's just, you know, silly war that nobody would, you know, benefits from. It's, you know, fact that the whole world and especially the music industry have changed a lot, but I don't necessarily blame anyone. I don't blame the people in the business side, and I don't blame the people in the, you know, artist side, because like I said, things are so fucked up that nobody really knows what to do at the moment.
So we get back to the ancient Greece, where Socrates said that he knows nothing, right?
Yeah, you know, well, that's the whole point of thinking, but you could, at the moment, people are thinking, and the artists are thinking about how to look good on social media and, you know, and in the internet, rather than thinking that what would be good for the music.
So you
how to make small, quick profits from music, and not to think what would be good music. And like we talked earlier today, it's like record companies think about how can they make as big profits as possible in like short term, and not think about how could they make reasonable profits in a long term. How can they make, you know, balance and, you know, yeah, actually the whole issue is about how to make balance in this current state of the world.
To keep music good and have some money.
How to make good music and promote it, you know, in a reasonable way.
Is that possible for a musician or any kind of artist? Fuck, Nico. I need your eyes.
Don't complain. I'm the artist.
Nico wants to ride.
I try to get something to hold my back.
Shall I bring you some pillow or?
Yeah, if you brought anything with you.
Or a girl, maybe.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Is that?
What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you doing here?
Few silly. Yeah.
Okay, better now.
Almost. Almost good.
Fucking artists and musicians, is it possible for them to go away from publicity and stop like production of their creations in right time? Like, let's say they are 70 or 80 or whatever, just to see it like sober, estimated, and say, okay, I've generally done a lot, and now I'm gonna like retire from touring the world and doing a lot of noise around myself.
First of all,
just sorry, and like Tina Turner did, like she was fucking big star, you know, and she retired saying goodbye, and that was really goodbye, not that promotional goodbye, and then next year you are touring the world again. The second part of goodbye.
All the fucking Scorpions goodbye that has lasted like 10 years.
They're just loving you a lot, so they can't say farewell.
Yeah.
But actually they do their job quite cool.
Actually, it would be interesting to see those all the rockers to make rock music, you know, to look like them, you know, as they are. You know, like we know that, for example, the Scorpions or Motley Crue, they were the idea was created when they were like in the 20s, and I still believe that, you know, maybe they don't have the same energy or the same adrenaline as they had in their 20s, but it would be fun to see how they would do their vision of rock and roll when they are in their 70s, and not trying to replicate the things that they did in their 20s.
It would just look silly.
Yeah.
let the old songs live, and
Yeah, but then again, you can
stay, but
yeah, but
you should.
but rock and roll is always a state of mind, and it's all about attitude, you know.
Yeah.
And I still believe that like for example, Mick Jagger is a rock and roll dude. He's pure rock and roll. But what could 70 years old dude do to music, rock and roll industry? And actually, I believe that he could do something to it. And actually, I believe that persons like Mick Jagger could bring something new to rock and roll industry.
Definitely.
You know, because the old stereotype is that rock and roll is for young persons. But
So isn't that
why is it?
Isn't that a call from Cry of Pain to all the 80-year-old grannies and daddies and granddaddies to go and to rebel and just to go into that with amplifiers outside?
We try to get to all the our main audience is the persons over 80s.
over 90.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, but those people who have lived life like they have, I believe that they have not said everything that they would have to keep, you know. In a way, it would be fun if, like said, if guys like Mick Jagger would, you know, forget everything that they did in the 60s and the 70s and the old thing, and if they would, you know, forget the state of mood that they did in that days, and just try to, you know, think about what they think in current state of mind and do songs about that. It might be actually quite interesting, you know, not
without
to, you
looking
know,
back,
without thinking anything. Those are the guys who created rock and roll, and when they created that, they didn't think, you know, anything. They didn't think about what would sell, what would, you know, fit in their current fucking,
that's cool idea.
you know, trending style and stuff like that. Try to do, it's the fucking only fucking rule in music business. Don't think. It's so fucking simple.
Oh, shit.
Why they do think? I don't know. They fucking kill the business. They fucking actually they don't kill the business. They probably boom the business, but they kill the music. And that's sad. They don't bring anything because, and the problem is that they would still bring something into the business, and not the business but the music.
It's not over.
As a composer who is like sometimes farting, how would you explain how music comes to your mind, or lyrics or music? I mean, sometimes they say bands say that they just watch the news and watch the world going nuts, and that's the source. But really that's maybe one part of it all, but there is something definitely coming from maybe nowhere to you, not from fucking TV box.
In my opinion, no ideas or, I mean, if you think about music or anything, no ideas come from, you know, nothing. Everything comes from, you know, from the world upon you, and things that you hear and see, and things that you know hear. But the role of computer is to, you know, make that everything around you in one, you know, one piece, in a way, in a one compact piece.
Yeah, but maybe sometimes there are some, how to say, unexplainable sources of inspiration, which are not through five senses, which we are like anything, but divine intervention. You know,
and many times people have said that that I make the music of Cry of Pain. But that's just, in a way, that's just one part of thing. Usually my main man in the music is this guy here, because my role is as a composer to combine things, and what I saw, what I hear, what I feel, and I can't make anything by myself, and I need these guys to, you know, to feed my imaginary. And luckily I have these guys around me that feeds my imaginary. And, you know,
well, there might be the main structure, but every guy in this family, we have to give our own vibe and add those colors, let's say.
Yeah, definitely, because, you know, without these guys there wouldn't be the songs that we do right. Like, it's not Nico Suartti featuring someone else's. It's Cry of Pain, and Nico Suartti is one of that, and Ville Nummi and the rest of guys, they do their, you know, own part of the composing. And when we were doing the first album, I, you know, said that we should make in how do you say, you know, the way when you say that who has composed the song or who has made the lyrics or something like that. I would, you know, say that we should say that Cry of Pain has done those things, but audience apparently needs some, you know, person where to, you know, how to name those songs. And of course, you know, I put those songs together, but I wouldn't be able to do those songs without these guys, and they wouldn't hear and sound like Cry of Pain, and like they sound like today without these guys. So in a way, when rock and roll is all about egos and, you know, big egos and, you know, big stars and blah 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 blah, but, you know, it's not about that. It's about teamwork, and we have amazing team, and we, in the end, we make those songs as a team, and, you know, that's about it.
Okay, Sex Pistols have in their lyrics, in one of the songs, I guess it was Schools Are Prisons was the song called, they sing like that nobody teaches young guys like schoolboys to stand alone in this world and like have courage to face things that come, whatever they are, and nobody teaches how to love and how to be compassionate, but just to how to take your piece of meat or a piece of shit or whatever and just grab and run, something like this. How to be a killer, in fact. How to be a
just a measure of
how to push everyone else in around you, how to get something and let others die. And that's actually about institutions, schools and everything that is established as education. For you personally, where did you learn the essential things which you find essential? Well, how was that for you? Was it at school or was it during your music band, or what was the main educational source in the bigger sense, not just 1 + 1 or ABC? I mean, life relations. Where did you learn that from? What?
Well, like said, Riot Band has always been about teamwork, and we have played together since we were 10 years old, and what was the question?
We can make it so that while I'm asking, next scene is when Nico is like that could be actually
Well, but
the
anyway,
school of life actually, which is not.
Anyway, it was the energy of the band, of the music. About was it?
It was about like where young people learn to stand like alone in this world to face what comes.
Well, actually, in a way,
It is about energy.
Everyone stands alone. You know, every people. For example, like Cry of Pain is a big family in a days. You know, we started as you and me actually, and then we started with to get Tatu along, then we get Frigo along, and then we have the great thing to have other people around us and around our music, but still we are all standing alone. You know, every human walks alone, but the thing is that, you know, do you have some people to walk with you? You know, do you have some people to walk with at the same direction as you are walking? And in a way, that's the way of Cry of Pain. Well, you know, we're strong individuals, every one of us. You know, we're actually so extremely different kind of personalities. You know, every one of us. Me and Num is extremely, you know, we have completely, you know, different way of living, and in a way
Num is vegetarian and Nico is eating every human being.
We have different way of thinking and way of living, but still we have, in a way, the same goal and the same, you know,
Attitude.
Yeah, actually,
Basic thing.
Actually, the key word is the same attitude, and that's probably the one reason why we are still so strong together, because, you know, different people are aiming for the same goal, and probably that's Cry of Pain is, I know this sounds stupid, but in a way Cry of Pain is like world in a, you know, small schedule and in a small way reflecting the whole world, because there's so much different kind of personalities and way of living, but then again the goal is, you know, same as everyone, to make good music and something that we can all enjoy. It's kind of hard to say, but or to put on words, but
By the way, about this, about words, have you ever thought that words are like kind of basic tool to express something, but not like the most suitable for some subtle things?
Yeah. Words can mean so many different things.
Because everyone is understanding it through his own mind.
If I say love to you,
it means something
it means something for you, but it might mean something completely different for me, or to Numi, or to anyone else. You know, we easily get trapped in the, you know, thinking about something too literally. You know,
we interpret opposite way each of us.
Human should make their own conclusions about words and, you know, the meaning of the words, and it's hard to make those conclusions because we are taught to, you know, use the language that we were born to use in a certain way. But we don't question about what about those words mean. You know, I said love can mean different things for you as they mean to me. So every people and every human makes, you know, we have these languages that, you know, helps us to communicate together.
Basically,
but they can mean still, you know, different things for each another.
So if we shut up and like do music, the whole world does music.
Yeah, well, the music is so great about that because it doesn't try to fit the words in some specific, you know, genres or something like that. It gives the audience to, you know, to give
more freedom.
And give meaning for the words and the melodies and everything for themselves. So everyone can, you know, give the expressions of music and, you know, think about what it means by themselves. So nobody tells you what to think about music. You can, you know, think about yourself.
Yeah, maybe you will cry, and I will smile to same tune.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will cry anyways.
And I will smile anyway.
So the circle is closed.
These days, like many bands appear which play instrumental music without any words at all, like God is an Astronaut, or a lot of, actually, I don't maybe remember all of them, but many of them. And it seems like another trend, or not really a trend, but maybe a genre or whatever, which is like more typical for these days, not for 60s, 80s, 70s or 80s, when there are long lyrics in songs. And actually I noticed that all of those are so similar to today's in lyrics, like all the time criticism of world, of people, of politics, of economics, of whatever. So it's like all the time the same thing from 70s or from 60s to today. Nothing changes. Like half a century went to the wall. You know, it's like the same text all the time. So,
but then again, if you think about what happened in the like fucking 14th century, the idea, if you look about Shakespeare, in a way the setting of the story was exactly the same as it was today. You know, you criticize the people that are in power.
It's just so natural.
Yeah. And in a way, the
Natural behavior.
yeah, the purpose of the music, in a way, is to make people think, to reflect the, you know, current world, the situation of the world. So, in a way, I don't think that world will change in sense of art if we go 1,000 years from now. The situation will still be the same. You know, there may be some changes in the, or there will be changes in the way we, you know, put our thoughts in the words and stuff like that. But the situation will be the same.
You mean the cover will be different, but the core will be the same?
Yeah.
Because
like
we have the same.
Like it was in 500 years ago, it's still the same, and it will be the same after 500.
Because we are born like with the same basic set in mind, same wishes and same
we are still,
desires.
We are still the same, you know, species.
So music can help to transform your basic set into something bigger.
The purpose of music is to reflect the, you know, the current state of the world, you know. So that doesn't change. You know. There's always things that will, you know, go with the current trends or something like that. But the, you know, the purpose of music and art will never change. I believe so. I believe you don't. It's fucking check for beer.
Yeah.
Pilsner.
That's what I do.